I had a ton of fun with this interview today. We did it here in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, live. I was with Enelin Paas of Safetywing. She is their head of business development. And this is a company that is disrupting one of the least sexy industries in the world, insurance and healthcare. And what they're doing is providing insurance and healthcare for some of the sexiest of lifestyles, like remote workers, independent contractors, remote companies. So as things innovate, as more companies become remote, as more people become contractors and travel and become remote themselves, we have this question that we have to ask of how do we protect ourselves? How do we protect our assets? How do we protect our health? And how do we bring traditional things like healthcare, like pensions, like maternity leave into the modern era and bring about policies that actually make sense for today's companies? So we talked a lot about that. We also talked about how she grew and continues to grow Safetywing 20% month over month through solely affiliate marketing. They don't do any advertising. And it's really interesting to see Enelin's story about affiliate marketing, the different comparisons between network marketing, referral marketing, and affiliate marketing. And we cover just a whole bunch of stuff. So enjoy this interview today with Enelin. All right. We are live here in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Just checking to see we are both on the screen. This is beautiful. Having a live interview, which is rare these days, with my friend Enelin. Enelin, I am pretty sure that you came to Playa del Carmen because of me. Is that true?
It's true, actually. You are the evil reason why many of nomads come. You know, it goes like one person goes and then it's like saying good things and everybody like, okay, let's go. And then a bunch of good people end up in the same place. And it's good. It's more fun to travel like that in a group, right?
Yeah, it helps to have contacts and people when you are traveling to unknown places. And as a nomad, as a remote worker, it's kind of a weird time to be in a different place than home with COVID. And I'm seeing there's some people in here. Comment below if you can hear us, because I want to make sure the mic is good. I'll text Fadila as well, my assistant, and just make sure. So she'll be updating us too.
Yeah, it was an interesting time when this outbreak happened. Then it was like, I think it was the moment of truth. Who is actually the nomad and who is not?
Who's the expats who are going to stick it out?
Who went home and who said like, what's home? I'll stay wherever I am, wherever I wanted to stay. So that's what we did.
So tell me about, well, let's start with this. Why did you decide that going back to Estonia was not the option? Why stay here?
Very practical reason. Once is like, okay, should you even travel? It was more safer to stay and bunker up, basically. And then also, I was like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? You will be totally locked down in a house. Okay, it's not too bad to be locked down if you have pools, jacuzzis, gym in your house, business center, stuff like that with a very reasonable price. So I think, and good weather, sun and everything. And that was the main thing. It was like, okay, we just stay here, enjoy life and wait this out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and that's one of the advantages of living in Mexico as we do, is that some of the prices are easier to manage. The cost of living is easier to manage.
Yeah.
You can live in a place like this, where Enelin is so lucky to have, I don't know how many jacuzzis they have here, but we were going to do this in a jacuzzi, but that didn't quite work out with the internet access. So I'll blame it on that. But Enelin, okay, so let's talk. We're here for Remote Weekly Spotlight. Thank you so much for joining me. Enelin is the head of business development at Safetywing. And Safetywing is a company that I like to say provides the unsexy necessities like insurance and pension and healthcare to the sexiest of lifestyles, nomads, freelancers, remote employees, workers. I'm curious.
Except I think insurance is extremely sexy as well, like definitely.
Insurance is sexy. In the comments, anybody else agree that insurance is sexy? Or
it is.
Is insurance sexy? Let's kind of start with that, because I like to create little polls and stuff on here.
I vote for yes.
And I don't know if insurance is the sexiest. So I'm gonna write that, and I'm gonna have your here. So Is insurance sexy? Let me know.
Vote for me. Say yes.
Don't say yes. Don't say yes. But how did you get involved with Safetywing? How did that start?
Yeah, I started my nomadic journey around 5 years ago, and I used to travel and have like freelance gigs, and I was actually a freelancer in Upwork. And step by step, I got better reviews, I developed my skills and so on. And then we had a short contract with Safetywing, and everything went very well. It was back in 2018 in February, and now I'm full-time there. That's how I ended up with Safetywing.
But you're also an affiliate marketer extraordinaire who has one of the top-rated courses about affiliate marketing on Udemy, as well as just someone who I see speaking a lot about affiliate marketing. So maybe you can tell me about, let's first start with like, what was the first affiliate marketing sale that you had? Do you remember that?
I started to build the affiliate program for Safetywing around 2018 early. And I think within 4 months, 3 months, we had the system up running because we had to develop.
You personally you were good at affiliate marketing before you got to Safetywing, right?
No,
you weren't.
I learned by doing, and I built the program for companies. And my specialization today is that I'm working and helping companies to make the affiliate programs.
Okay.
To create more opportunities for affiliates as well. Because I believe and I see that there's so many good companies out there. They're just spending a lot of money on ads, and it's not sustainable marketing at all.
Right.
And I want to help some companies who are like very cool and help them to build the affiliate program so affiliates can join and they can grow together organically. And that's what my e-course is teaching.
Okay. So we have 2 topics to really dive into today, and we're going to start with what the title of this was, which is helping companies protect remote employees and helping remote independent contractors and people that are nomads, things like that, to be able to protect themselves, especially during COVID, right?
Yeah.
So the first question that I have, and I had written a couple down here, with COVID happening right now, is it possible to have remote insurance, and what does that even mean?
Yeah. So starting off, like, I see also many people traveling without insurance, and if something happens, then we see those crowdfunding pages where it's like, help with me with my surgery. I believe personally that if you have the money to travel and to buy the plane ticket, you also have to have your ass covered. You have to have insurance. And there's many ways to do it. Nowadays, today with the COVID, of course, like this is the main health issue we are today facing. Hundreds of thousands of people are getting ill, and also in a very, very serious conditions. So nowadays, of course, it's super important to check that is your insurance covering pandemics. And we at Safetywing also, we have various products, right? We have had few years of Nomad insurance, which is just made for traveling. If you are on the road, we expect that you have something strong back at home. So if you have in a very very big accident or you have cancer or whatnot, you can get home and be covered, be treated properly. So travel medical is just for travel.
Right.
But what happened after we have like a community of more than 22,000 nomads using our insurance, and we had also the pandemic exclusion, we launched within 2 weeks, because it was already in the work, and thank God, we launched a new product called Remote Health, and that's a full comprehensive health insurance that works globally. Any country, it can works when you're working from home or when you travel or when you are expat abroad, and you can go to private or public hospital anywhere, and it covers COVID.
Nice.
So now today we are having this solution, and we see it's growing now. People are hearing about it more and are happy to use it.
Yeah, and I just want to give my story for 1 second to provide a little bit of context to this, because when I initially left corporate 9 to 5 and I realized I had to be on my own for insurance, and then I started traveling internationally for over 2 years to 15 countries on 5 continents, you get worried about, well, how do I actually get covered if something were to happen? So there's an inherent need, one, for people within this certain subset that work remotely, that travel, that are nomads, to have coverage. And a lot of them, like you said, don't. And then that's when we see things like the GoFundMe pages and people have these crazy circumstances where they get a lot of stuff stolen from them, or they end up getting hurt, whatever it is. So full disclosure, I use Safetywing, and one of the things that's helped me have is a peace of mind knowing that if something were to happen to me here in Mexico, I actually don't have insurance in the US because I don't have an employer. So I'm an entrepreneur that's traveling. And I think now that we're seeing companies that were not remote formerly now start to become remote, they're having to figure out, how is it that my insurance policies are going to work for my employees or for my contractors? So there's a whole wide range of topics we can go into there. I want to start with these, let's say, these companies are going remote. And they're wondering, why and how do I cover my employees that are all around the world? Like, why is that important for them to think about?
So we all know freelancer, nomads, solopreneurs, and so on. We're everywhere, and we could work for any client, for any company globally who we want to. But the companies, now everybody are remote, and it's a time when also the companies need to fight for their talents. And we see that if a company is covering their employees and their contractors, it's a benefit for the company. Of course, I'm choosing, if I have to choose between different clients or contracts, I would choose a contract that has better benefits. And therefore, we see that now, if everybody are remote, there is a huge need for also benefits that work globally, work remotely, and also remote health that we are having. We have an individual product that is for freelancers, but we also have a B2B product for companies. And with this solution, for the first time in the world, we are having this kind of one global plan that covers everyone in the company. It can be contractor equally as an employee or the founder, and they can work from home or travel or be expat in another country. And they have all the same plan that is equal, easy to manage with one dashboard. They can add and remove people from the plan, and it works everywhere. They can go to any hospitals and so on too.
Right. So what's the risk of a company who doesn't have that?
Well, if your employees are not covered and they get in a very bad situation, then they will not get treated. Then also people can lose their employee for a long time, And if you have a smaller company or bigger company or whatever, every employee, if of course is important in every company, why they were even hired. And if you can suddenly lose them, and or they run to another company that has better benefits, or if you also have to think you want to work always with the best talent, but the best talent also wants the best terms. And health insurance and healthcare is always said it's one of the most important benefit that the company can provide. Yeah,
I thought that was really interesting that you mentioned that, because I didn't realize that there were companies out there that were offering benefits to freelancers. And I think that's right. And I think that if you're looking to let's just say that you're a small organization. You can't afford to hire somebody full time. You don't have the resources in the country to hire that person, and you're looking for some kind of way to separate yourself to hire top tier talent and get them to be working for you for 10, 20, 30 hours a week, whatever that is. That's such a great option, and it seems pretty affordable from a high level perspective, as opposed to paying them an extra amount of money. You bring in a benefit so they see They see it as that.
And also for a company, it's the more people they add in the plan, the cheaper gets the price. So if for an individual, the price can be $150 around per month. Then, but if you have a bigger team and you add up more people in one plan, then the price can drop like around till even 100. So it's.
And for people in the comments, I'm curious, what do you do for insurance now? And if you have a remote team, what is it that you're doing to insure those people? If you're an individual, a freelancer, an entrepreneur, how are you insuring yourself? Because I think we were even talking about what other options there were. And I know that some of the companies due to COVID have canceled their policies or canceled extending policies.
Yeah, of course, like this situation is affecting everyone. And starting with the travel industry and of course insurance, right? There's a lot of claims and there's a lot of high risk on the, so to say, a lot of work for insurance world as well. And we saw many companies. In this case, the medical or health insurance company has two options. Like, okay, you go out there and help your people. Or you close the sale because you are afraid to do all those claims that are coming after,
right?
Because of COVID. And we saw many companies close their sales after the pandemic was issued, global pandemic, and that's sad. What we did, we literally did the opposite. We launched a new product to make sure that even though our first product we didn't cover anymore the COVID because we weren't able, but therefore we launched a new one to be able to help our community and freelancers and nomads out there. And even like for us, I mean, like I don't I need coverage as well, right? Everyone, we always do the products for ourselves as well. All the team is also freelancers and nomads everywhere. And I decided to stay abroad. And of course, I have to make sure that I'm covered. And many of us did stay abroad.
I think that's a sweet spot to be in when you can work for a company or be a part of an organization that fixes your own problems.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just something for people out there. If you're ever wondering what it is to do, I've always recommended like find something that suits your need too, right? Like for me, becoming the remote job coach was out of necessity to help people because I had gone through the same thing that they'd gone through, which is like searching for a remote job, trying to figure out how to navigate the different resources, what's going to allow you to stand out. So I find that I'm more passionate about it, and I actually like when I wake up to go to work, it's fun. And I think whenever you're solving a problem that you have, that you know other people have, you can have more fun with it. Right? Yeah,
and you'll see also impact. This is super fun.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about digital nomadism. Like what happens? Like does Safetywing have any predictions or even you about
big plans
about what's going to happen next in the digital nomad world?
Yeah, what we see is digital nomadism has been around for a while now. And we see that this movement, so to say, is like a little bit being more mature now than ever, or like growing up.
And maybe for one moment, let's clarify. So there's remote workers, right? That's like a big piece of, and especially now, remote workers is now a huge piece of the professional working population. Now within that, there's segments, right? So some segments are like people that work from home, right? And there's this smaller segment that's been growing, which is digital nomadism, where it's people that aren't tied not only to an office, but to a country or a physical location where they stay in a certain city. They're travelers. So I just wanted to point that out.
And then expats as well, who have just moved to another country and mostly stay now in a foreign country and have the residence there. Yeah.
Me. Yeah. Right. So we just want to make that distinction that there is this difference between a remote worker that works from home versus like someone who's an expat living in a different country, someone who's traveling. So sorry, go ahead.
And we see nowadays it's getting more and more normal. Before, when it was like super like, oh wow, you're digital nomad, now like everybody can be digital nomad because you can't work in the office, and if the internet work, why does it even matter? Are you working from home or you're going to travel? And So, and all those people who we started to travel, like some people were like starting to be nomads 10 years ago and so on. There will be times when, like people will have different needs, right? At the beginning, you need to have a insurance, right? But if you fast forward 50 years from now, how many nomads have actually, for example, thought about their savings or their pension? And those kind of things that will come up later. They are not relevant today. Like you are not going to be retired like tomorrow, but you want to be retired after a certain amount of years. So what we do at Safetywing, we are launching new products to build a whole global social safety net, to have all those kind of products in one subscription. That will include health insurance, travel medical and full comprehensive, maternity leave, income protection, pension, and putting it all together into one. And basically what this means is you can be anywhere you want to without being anywhere, meaning like it ties with a certain country, because those used to be services that only country would provide for the citizens, right? Now we are basically building our own little country on internet, because we don't require you to be in a certain place, but we want to make sure that you have all the services you would ever need, and you can always keep going as a nomad freelancer or be free and to fulfill your passions and so on.
I think it's also really interesting to look at, like I said, traditionally unsexy things like insurance, pension. So sexy.
So sexy.
Sexy, right? Sexy insurance. But sexifying it with subscription models and making it easier to understand, making it cheaper, stripping away all of the nonsensical language that people don't understand.
Yeah, totally.
Like, it'll be interesting. I have a buddy named Cody Barbo and Daniel Goldstein, who are basically disrupting the trust and will scene. So when you create a will or a trust for your estate or for your kids, they created a company in California that's now doing that fully online.
Nice.
And helping people digitize some of those assets, as well as your digital footprint. Like, think about this. This is interesting. Your digital footprint when you die, what happens to it? Like all of your Facebook's accounts, like your Instagram, like all that stuff. It's not sexy to think about that, but there are going to be companies that disrupt these industries, like insurance, that I think are really a vision of innovation, right? Of how these things, and like you said, in 50 years, a lot of this stuff is going to be so different. So if you can get ahead of it, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about digital nomadism and where we think that's going in particular. What about you? Like, do you ever feel like you're gonna stop traveling, or like, does in Estonia has some very interesting laws itself around that. So will you continue to need things like Safetywing if you stop traveling? And how do you determine that in your life?
Yeah, I have I think the most common answer during when you are just a nomad and when I talk to people like me is like, we don't know. But I pretty much know what I want, and how I see my life is having multiple home bases in different different parts of the world that I have enjoyed, that I always want to go back. So I see myself having a house in Estonia that I would use in the summer times. Love Spain. I love Rio. I've been past 5 years more in Rio than I have been in Estonia, where I'm originally from. So definitely, I know I keep going back there. I love it there. I love Mexico, and I would see to have different home bases in those loved places, countries, and then just go depending on the season. So I would be like hopping around between 4 or 5 locations, and I don't see the reason or anything that would ever stop me doing that. Keep doing that. And that's what I'm working on now.
Cool. And if you're in the stream, I'm curious, do you travel currently? Are you currently remote, nomadic in some way? I know a lot of people within the community, the Facebook community are. I'm curious, people on LinkedIn, is that something that you want to do once all this travel ban is restricted? Where are you located now? So it'd be interesting to know where people are at and if they're looking for that kind of lifestyle, because it sounds so appealing. And then when I did it for 2 years, I all of a sudden was like, I want to find somewhere to sit for a while, right? And then you get back to being antsy, and then you want to go travel a little bit. But I think for me, it's a very personal thing, right?
Yeah,
it
is.
Like whatever happens to you. And I don't think there's any wrong way to digital nomad.
No.
Like I hear there's some people who get very condescending around how to be a nomad, how to be a remote worker, and all this stuff.
Oh no.
But I've heard it though. Like I've heard people like, oh, like, you know, if you had gone to, if you do remote year, for instance, I'd had people who told me that that's not the way to travel. It's like, oh, well, what's the way to travel? Like, what's the way to experience other cultures and do things that you want to do? And I think figuring out for yourself, first and foremost, what your remote life looks like in an ideal perspective, that's really where to start. And then it changes over time. Yeah,
it changes. You will also learn more about yourself, about your needs, and also, it depends also what you do, right? If you are actually working full time, you can't really backpack. In that moment, it's really hard to focus. So that's why I prefer personally a slow travel. So like 3 months, I can.
Slow mad.
Yeah, slow mad. Exactly.
I heard someone call it a slow mad.
This is so good. Super good. Yeah. And yes, you can have time to explore and unpack and enjoy while you can also work full time as well.
So let's get into the affiliate marketing side of you, because Enelin's a very dynamic individual. She besides throwing parties and barbecues and being the head of Safetywing business development, she is this affiliate marketer, empire guru. What kind of buzzwords can we create?
Queen.
So when was tell me about the first realization that you had. Like, was there a time when it clicked for you that it's like, oh, affiliate marketing is like what I want to create my expertise around?
Yeah. There's millions of ways to do marketing, and many of them don't work. And some of them are even negative. Like there's very clear, like white or black marketing ways to do stuff and play with algorithms and whatnot. And then there is like paid versions and a lot of requires a lot of investment, and most of the times also people are losing money and so on. Like marketing can be everything. It can be like sometimes even like a gamble. So what I found out was just going back to the very basics. What if I would like to buy a new phone, for example? What would I do personally? Like, will I trust the ads, or I would actually Google later as well, compare, or ask some of my buddy, like, hey, what do you think? And that's what actually people do, right? They want truthful recommendations. They want reviews. They want people's how they experience the products or services and so on. So I believe in this kind of creating collaborations between a company and content creators, and making a win-win situation between both of them. And so the audience would get the truthful, good information, and they can grow, and also the company can grow and spread their wings. So that's what the affiliate program means for a company. So
if I'm a smaller company, or if I work at a company that I want to help them with this, like, what's the first step a company should do to evaluate if affiliate marketing is viable for them?
You have to be online. That's the one and only thing. You have to have a website where people can buy you online. Like if you just have a promotional website, but you can't, like, your sales have to convert online. And that's pretty much most of the companies nowadays already. And even the people is like, oh, like no affiliate or no influencer or no would write about unsexy topics. not true. Like even it's doable with insurance, which is of course extremely sexy.
So sexy.
But it's doable for any company really, and or any service out there. And I have been doing affiliate programs for services or companies, hardware, info products, really anything. It works for anything. If you believe that your audience would search online information about your topic, then you have to be out there through your affiliates.
Okay, so I have a platform. I have an offer. I've got an online site. What's next?
You can use different kind of SaaS systems to set up an affiliate program for you. You will talk with people, ask them to join your affiliate program. You prepare the rules, the kit, what they need to market you.
Okay. So let's look at these each. So there's a certain set of tools or sites that you'd go through that make that kind of plug and play, right?
Yeah.
So what are those?
Easy. Lead Dino, First Promoter, those are my two most easiest, cheapest, and fastest.
Lead Dino and First Promoter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First Promoter.
First Promoter.
Yeah, it's super easy to set up. Literally takes not too long. Very easy to sign up as an affiliate. It's it's really like it's basically like drag and drop, that easy.
Okay.
System. And you have to know the people who would be potential to be your partners. It has to make sense as well, right?
How do you come up with that pitch?
Personally, like I have to see inside the company. Like I always when I work with companies, I do like many consultation sessions before to figure out, okay, why you guys are better, what's the like key features, and like figure out how it would fit into online words that it would sound good, it would be easy to find and stuff like that. So there's a lot strategical thinking behind it as well. But the systems and things itself is easy, it's doable.
And what converts the best medium-wise for like an affiliate marketer? Like my blogs or YouTube or like?
Yeah, blogs and YouTube. And the reason is because they create the content once, it stays there forever. Yeah. Versus Instagram influencer, they will post do a post that will stories like 24 hours, and the regular post can even be less because so many other posts are coming up. So long-term strategy, I always recommend if you want short-term strategy and get like a lot of buzz immediately, product launch and so on, then you can put a lot of money on ads. Yeah. But it's once you plug out the dollars, you also will not have sales. It's not long-term sustainable marketing. So that's why I always recommend like affiliate programs, referral programs, YouTube, good content, blogs, that takes more time to create, has to be personalized, but you create it once and it will stay out there forever making you sales.
How important is the SEO?
It's very, very important. And so those, for example, with Safetywing, we don't have our own blog, and we rank on the first page in Google for Nomad insurance. Because
of the affiliates that you have?
Because they're, the
backlinks. Yeah. Okay. So is there a way that you get, so say that I'm an affiliate and you're coming to me, you're saying, I want you to promote Safetywing, which you've done, but I'm curious, and I'll put my affiliates in this video so that anybody out there who wants to test this out can give it a test try. Yeah. But when you're talking to somebody about that, like how much do you give them? Like I feel like the more that you give someone that they can kind of preload into a post or whatever, the more like direction you give them, the better it is for you, and it might be better for them. But sometimes you can't give people too much creative direction because they'll say weird shit.
So what I do is I usually work out a one-pager about the company. So I'll provide the most important facts, key benefits, product details, stuff like that. So literally I do 1 or 2 pager max, and then visuals, and I give that. And the most important is that they would always use the correct facts, but how they do it creatively is on their own. Because otherwise, if you tell them too much exactly what to say or do, it looks still like an ad. It looks fake, and it's true, it is, because you can't tell anyone to say exactly that or do that, because it just doesn't work. You really want them to test and experience, and then share like a very truthful experience, and that it has to come from their own heart, like from their own experience. So 1-pager, 2-pager, visuals, and then they do it. They are artists, right? They create their own content, and they have to do it in their own style. And so you just provide the bare minimum, make sure the facts are right, and that's it.
So what would you say to people that say that affiliate marketing seems spammy?
It isn't. Wow.
Okay, well, so I'll give you my initial impression of affiliate marketing, because for a long time I had seen affiliate marketing, but I had not really known what it was. I just saw people posting recommendations, saying they get commissions, whatever. And it just felt to me like disingenuous sometimes. Looking at it now from an objective lens of marketing, I can see why it's important. I can see, you know, some of the people that do affiliate marketing have the best intentions for their audience.
Exactly.
And that's the key, right? You can't go down a path of doing affiliate marketing for the long term sustainably if you don't care about what you're recommending.
Exactly.
Because people will figure that out.
Exactly.
And they'll, but I'm just curious, like for someone who is a little bit less aware of affiliate marketing, they see more of the spam, like what would you say to them?
Yeah, well, there's nothing more spammy than like super blinky, annoying ads that come and track you everywhere you go. They appear again. Versus when an affiliate partner actually tests your product, shows it in a video review, you actually get like useful information and details before buying it. So it's a very different experience and different way how to get the information out there. And also like us as a company, and then many clients who I work with, like we choose our affiliates as well. And most of the times we also ban the ads. So they can't just drive traffic through ads. They really have to create high quality, good content to promote us. So you set your own rules, how you want to be seen out there, and long-term strategy, and keep the quality high. Otherwise, you can manage it as a company. So, and we don't, those spammers, that doesn't work. So it just doesn't work. It's not worth the effort even.
Yeah. Well, and I think, and I hope that as people see more ads and they see more affiliate marketing, they can make the distinction for themselves. Because I mean, we're both marketers, right? And we understand that there is marketing out there that feels bad. Like it doesn't feel good when you see it. And I think sometimes I get frustrated that that type of marketing turns people off to marketing in general, when marketing is an essential thing of all companies, right? You have to go to market somehow. You have to reach the people they need to reach. And I run ads personally, and my ads convert well, and they seem to find people who really need the service. So that's great. But it can't be my only strategy. I think what I've found is that there's a consistent small amount that I spend, but having these other ways of awareness to my products or what I do is important. So for anybody out there growing a business, take Enelin as an example. I mean, you guys are at 20% month over month growth still, or how long did that last? Yeah,
so it lasted till Corona.
Okay.
Then we had a huge spike, actually growing, because all the nomads were out there without insurance. We are also one of the products that you can buy online while you already travel, which a lot of insurance companies don't allow. And then we were suddenly up like crazy amount of sales. And then because most of the borders were closed, starting to close down, no flights and so on, so the travel went down, or people went back home or bunker up wherever is home or so on. And then now we are growing, putting all the efforts on remote health, which is made for full comprehensive healthcare, also for teams and individuals. But with the affiliate program, I have seen this is literally the only sustainable marketing way that I have seen that I set up, I grow, and it's literally just keeps growing.
Yeah.
And through the good content that is always out there, always providing, it's like evergreen content that is being created that is so useful for people, and they are like interacting with it a lot, and that keeps always bringing sales.
How is it different than network marketing?
Well, I say that it is a little bit a network marketing, right. I would say. And people also sometimes ask me, what's the difference between affiliate and referrer? And how I usually say that that if there is a referral, like, okay, I'm giving you a code, and then you can give a for promo code, yeah, and I get a little off, you get a little off, right. And then you give it like a linearly one by one. So that's referral. Affiliate marketing is really a network thing, I would say, because it's like if in the middle of here in this plate there is one avocado who is the affiliate, is touching everyone. And then affiliate is a huge network thing, but the negative pyramid scheme thing to put that separated is it's different, because like the other, it's not affiliate, so it's like that's right. The pyramid thing, you know, everybody earns, and your only thing is actually to really like earn on another one.
Because you're not earning from the other person who you are. And that's important distinction between the models, because I think that's also why people get skeptical of affiliate marketing versus network marketing. And they don't necessarily see the difference between I'm referring this product and I get a commission on this, versus I'm referring this product and I get a commission from everybody who it came from the sole person who I referred.
And then there's down, a huge air eventually.
And a lot of that, for good reason, has been the topic of frustration and of controversy, because you'll find products where people have to spend money to sell something, right? They have to like buy the inventory, sell it, and then they end up realizing, oh, I just bought the inventory. That's really all that happened. I'm not really making any money. So
unless you hire other people down, that's nuts.
It's kind of a crazy world.
Versus with affiliate marketing is like, if you as a business, you put your, let's say, some specific amount of dollars into Facebook or Google, then the case is that actually Facebook and Google are the ones deciding with their algorithm who is seeing your ads. Yes, you can put the age and so on, but you don't really know who is going to see your ad. Versus with affiliate marketing, you support the influencer, you support the affiliate or a content creator, you make a win-win collaboration, and you know exactly who is seeing the content. It's the same person's network who is seeing that content. And you can easily like see, is it like trashy or fake, or there's no algorithms in between. It's just pure networks, people interested in specific topics who have gathered together, and then you have to just make it and make it like natural. And you have to just nail it down, that put the information that is needed to people who need it, and then it will work organically and nicely.
I had another question, but I forgot. That's never happened before.
Really?
Yeah, I've never forgotten a question before. So this is the first time.
I took you so like far with
first time ever.
Maybe somebody there has questions.
No, I think my adolescent years smoking all that weed didn't help. Which I'm okay to admit because it's legal now, right? Okay, let's go into your piano playing, because you're a prolific piano player as well, a pianist as they call it, which is can we just agree that a pianist is like the worst thing to call somebody like that plays a musical instrument? I mean, it's not a good combination of words. Tell me about being a pianist.
Well, what can I say?
Being a shy
So,
pianist.
okay,
You're
why
not
he's asking it, he has to tell me something that you usually wouldn't tell to anyone, or like you wouldn't talk about it publicly. But you are still okay to share. So I'm still okay to share. Yeah, people I guess have different hobbies, and I have my hobbies on waves. So like sometimes I'm like, okay, I want to play piano, and I do it 9 years, and then I don't do it now 10 years.
Wow, so it's been a decade.
Yeah, or now I'm like, okay, now I'm really into salsa, and let's see what next. But yeah, I'm really like, usually I'm not shy person, and I can be on stages and whatnot. I really don't care until it comes to piano, and then I can like literally pass away because I'm so nervous and shy, and I just like black out.
Wow.
I'm so afraid, and I don't know. Yeah, it's my weak part. You'll never know, but it never sees me playing piano because I never do it because I'm so shy.
I feel like we need like a video now of you playing piano to hit the internet.
I think there's none. I have in old CDs from my music school.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
So if you were to try to play it right now, would you be able to?
I don't know.
Okay.
And I haven't tried for 10 years.
It's also not, pianos are not easy things to just play because you have to find one. They're not like,
yeah, exactly.
Unless you have like an electronic keyboard that somehow, I don't know, there's like a portable electronic keyboard that probably is.
I don't know.
But they're not easy to bring with you.
No.
I feel like they'd require more than a carry-on.
Yeah. And now I forgot what I wanted to say.
Salsa? Piano?
No, I don't remember.
See, now we're both forgetting. It's contagious.
Yeah.
It's like a yawn when you forget something.
Yeah.
The other person will forget something too.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting because I never really gave any instruments a real shot.
It's fun. It's good for mental health, I think.
I can sing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Prove it.
I'm too shy. No, you'll see me on a karaoke stage. I'll sing.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fun.
That's like one of the fun. Like every birthday I had for the course of like 4 years in a row, I always went to karaoke. So
nice.
Had a really cool place in Boston I went to, cool place in Portland I went to, and yeah, I just am obsessed with it. And I was hoping to do it on the next Nomad cruise. Which, do you know what's up with that?
I don't know.
I think they posted I don't know if anybody here is from the Nomad cruise, but post in the comments if you know what's happening, because I don't. I'm uneducated, and I'm wearing the Nomad cruise shirt. Obviously, cruises are not a thing right now, and hopefully they will be in the future. But that's where Enelin and I met in person, although we had a webinar we did in 2018 about
we were virtually friends.
We were virtual friends, and this is the beauty of being remote, being a nomad. This type of lifestyle allows me to be in Mexico with. I'm from California. I'm living in Playa del Carmen, sitting across from someone from Estonia who I met online and then in person in Spain. Like this is the weird shit of being a nomad, this kind of lifestyle, this kind of thing. So I appreciate you coming on today to talk about all these different topics. It's been super fun. Anything else that you want to leave the audience with today?
No, but if you have any kind of questions or thoughts, we went over so many topics today.
Yeah. Like
very wide selection of topics. If you have any kind of questions or like something you want to share in the comments, like I'll be checking the comments.
What's the best way to get a hold of you? Facebook or LinkedIn?
My website has everything. And so we will post that. And from my website, from my website, you'll find all my social links, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, my email, things I do, and so on. So yeah, let me know if you have comments, questions, something. Jordan will tag me, and I'm happy to answer, even if you want to ask me something later. Yeah, and we will also I'll put my links to Safetywing. So if you're interested in finding out more about either being a remote worker as an individual and joining a Safetywing program to make sure that you're covered as you're traveling or as a remote worker. And then also for teams, right? So if you have a remote team and you need or you want to offer some sort of remote
team insurance that's global. It's available. You can give it to contractors. I'll put that link in there. And then if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, I will also put in a link to get a discount on her course. So,
yeah, I made you guys a huge discount on my e-course. So if you want to learn more how to create affiliate program for your business, then now like I took off like one of the third of the price.
Yeah. So I'll post that in there if anybody's interested in those things. We are practicing our affiliate marketing.
Yeah, totally.
And our promotions and our referrals. Like we had to do that.
Yeah, it's with an honor, because like, you know, it's always, if you choose your products and services right, like I have seen so many people benefiting from my course that I'm like happy to promote it. And one of my students, he closed a contract of $8,000 monthly based on my knowledge that I put in the e-course. And I'm proud to say that. And I think like studying and organic marketing like this is a way to go. So definitely worth the investment to study that.
Cool. Well, we'll put those links in there. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We had Fadila. You remember Fadila?
Yeah. Hey, Fadila.
She is saying, what's up? It's been very insightful. So great to see you. And Fadila, actually, Enelin's leaving me. What the hell? We had to do this episode this week because Enelin is leaving on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the life of a nomad, right?
Time to move on. Time to move on.
She's had enough of me. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Stay safe.
Keep wandering. You are not lost.